Archangel Michael says, there are forces moving in the shadows, and tonight they have placed your name where it was never meant to be. The revelation is striking, almost impossible to believe, yet it has been written in the heavenly records and carried down for you to see. A bank account, hidden away, has been opened under your identity, and its streams of wealth have been shifting silently into places you cannot see. This is not a simple mistake nor an earthly coincidence. This is a spiritual setup, crafted by hands that hoped you would never notice until it was too late. Heaven has broken the silence because the funds being moved carry your destiny, and if stolen, the ripple would alter the course of your entire future. Already, the watchers of heaven have sounded the alarm, and Archangel Michael has stood ready with his sword of light to cut through the lies written in forged documents. Your name was written where you never signed, and your blessing was coded into transactions you never authorized. Tonight, it is being revealed so that you may reclaim what has always been yours. In the coming hours, your life will not look the same. The energy of transfer, of shifting resources, of hidden prosperity being carried in the dark, is reversing back into your control. The unseen angels are taking records from the tables of deceivers and bringing them back to your rightful inheritance. Type Amen 333 if you receive this blessing, for heaven is turning what was hidden into your restoration. The account was not created by accident, but by design. Every digit, every movement of wealth was orchestrated to strip you of your rightful stability. Yet, because you are chosen, their trap has turned into their own exposure. What they thought would bury you is the very thing that elevates you into new abundance. The spiritual files are open, and they show the shocking truth. Funds tied to your destiny have been rerouted, carrying your name, waiting for you to rise and claim them back. The delay was never denial. It was preparation for this very moment of unveiling. Archangel Michael moves now, ensuring no one can take what God has already stamped as your portion. Heaven whispers to you, watch closely, for the sign will not tarry. Unexpected news, a letter, or a sudden revelation in days ahead will prove this message true. You will see your name where you never thought it would appear, and that sight will confirm the divine warning you are reading now. Type Amen 444 and declare your inheritance is secure. Beloved soul, understand the weight of what is happening. This isn't just about money, it is about divine alignment. When your name is written falsely in the hands of deceivers, it is a sign they are trying to rewrite your destiny. But when heaven intercepts, it means your name is being rewritten in the Lamb's Book of Remembrance for restoration. The bank account is a mirror of spiritual wealth. What they tried to move away from you is what God is releasing back sevenfold. What was meant to drain you will instead overflow. Your blessings were never truly lost. They were temporarily diverted, and now they return with multiplied force. Archangel Michael says, the one who carried your name in darkness will be silenced, and the one who planned the transfer will stand in shock, for heaven's records cannot be erased. Type Amen 555 and receive the overflow. Archangel Michael says, the light of heaven has exposed what was buried in darkness. Your name has been written where it should never have appeared, and the flow of wealth that belongs to you is now being shifted back into your hands. The warning is urgent, but the promise is greater. A bank account shadowed, disguised, created under your name, has been the vessel through which your destiny's provision has been passing without your awareness. The sound of coins transferring, the silent numbers shifting across unseen ledgers, was never meant to be hidden from you. Every transaction carried your energy, your promise, your rightful blessing. Yet others, cloaked in secrecy, believed they could bury your inheritance behind walls of deception and signatures that were not yours. But now heaven speaks, and the angels of the Most High stand guard. The sword of Michael has been drawn, and every scheme is unraveling under divine light. Those who thought you would remain blind to what was being moved in your name will face a reversal they cannot withstand. Type Amen 333 and claim this heavenly restoration. The shadows are trembling because exposure always follows deception. The records have been opened in heaven's court, and your name shines brightly across the stolen lines of documents. Every fund that left its rightful path is being recalled, summoned back to the center of your destiny. This is not merely about paper or digits. It is about divine identity. For when your name is misused, the enemy is not only after your wealth, but also your very recognition, your authority, your ordained inheritance. Yet, no one can rob what God Himself has stamped with permanence. What was created in darkness must return in light. What was transferred away is now rushing back to you like a tidal wave, unstoppable and undeniable. Type Amen 444 and receive the angelic reversal. There are watchers who thought they would remain unseen. They whispered in meetings, signed under shadows, and transferred what was yours through wires and silent approvals. But what they forgot is that heaven does not sleep. Every move was recorded, every secret ledger was traced, and now the reports are placed before you as a divine warning. Archangel Michael says, "The thief thought to disguise the blessing, but the Lord has commanded me to strip away their disguise. Every hidden flow now bursts open for the one whose name has been written in truth. Beloved, prepare, because you will see signs in coming days that prove this message. A sudden letter, a name on a document, or a conversation you never expected will bring what is hidden into your vision. This will not only shock you but will also silence those who doubted your divine protection. Type Amen 555 and let heaven's court seal your inheritance. The accounts of man may falter, but the accounts of God cannot be tampered with. The enemy may try to copy your name, but they cannot duplicate your destiny. The angels are securing every line, every record, and every flow of abundance tied to your future. Your life is shifting even as you read this. The transfers that once flowed away from you are reversing, as if heaven itself has placed a new command over the wires of destiny. Streams of blessing, once blocked, are flooding back with multiplied increase. The time of silence is ending. You will no longer wonder where the promise is or why the flow was delayed. What is yours will be revealed, restored, and multiplied, for the handwriting of heaven cannot be erased. Type Amen 666 to open the floodgates of restoration. Archangel Michael says, "The seals of heaven are breaking open, and what was hidden in shadows is now being revealed in light. Your name has been written in places you never touched, and the wealth tied to it has been moving where you could not see. But tonight, the heavenly records are being exposed, and nothing will remain concealed. The suspense surrounding this truth is heavy, almost unbearable. Imagine the weight of knowing your life has been written into transactions that never carried your consent. Every digit moved, every sum transferred had your identity, yet it was done behind closed doors. This was never a mistake. It was planned with precision, carried out with secrecy, and fueled by envy. But what they didn't know is that every act against you is also an act seen by heaven. The watchers above never blink, and every silent scheme has been documented in the courts of light. Type Amen 333 if you believe the veil is lifting right now. The accounts they created under your name were meant to drain you, but instead, they have become the very proof that God's hand is on your life. What was moving without your knowledge is now reversing with multiplied force. Heaven does not allow deception to endure forever. Beloved soul, every transfer is a sign. Each number flowing away carried a part of your blessing. And the reason you feel such weight in your spirit right now is because heaven has decided you must see the truth. There are moments when God intervenes not to warn you only, but to restore you fully. The enemy thought your silence meant defeat, but silence was only the setup for sudden exposure. Now, as this message reaches you, know that the angels are already working to turn the stolen into overflow. Type Amen 444 to unlock the heavenly restoration. The hidden account is more than financial, it is symbolic. It reflects every blessing tied to your name that others tried to keep from you. Every opportunity, every recognition, every promise delayed was a transaction of the Spirit, written in a ledger of lies. But heaven's light has entered the dark chambers of those who plotted against you. Archangel Michael's sword has cut through their disguises, and every name falsely signed, every document forged, is being erased by the fire of divine truth. Prepare yourself, because the exposure will not only shock you, it will shock those closest to the matter. They thought you would never find out, but God has decided you cannot be left in blindness any longer. Type Amen 555 to seal this revelation. Do not fear what is coming to light, for it is not your downfall, but your vindication. The funds, the wealth, the abundance that carried your name is returning with power. This is more than numbers in a bank. It is the restoration of everything tied to your identity. Already, in the unseen realm, angels are walking into the halls of power, taking records out of human hands and placing them back into divine order. They are correcting the ledgers, restoring your name, and commanding the flow to reverse. The time has come for your inheritance to overflow into your life. The account running under your name will no longer be the tool of thieves, but the sign of your rising. Type Amen 666 to receive the flow of restoration. Archangel Michael says, the disguise has been torn, the fraud exposed, and the wealth that carries your name is no longer hidden in shadows. It is being brought forward, sealed in light, and delivered back into your life. The spiritual weight of this moment cannot be ignored. Something once buried is now breaking through the surface. The hidden account was a weapon against you. It was designed so you would never know what was being carried under your identity. Yet, what the deceivers failed to understand is that your name is not theirs to use. It is written in heaven's book, and no false signature can erase it. Each transaction they moved in silence has been marked. Heaven has tracked every coin, every number, every figure tied to your blessing. And now, with divine force, it is returning, compounded, multiplied, unstoppable. Type Amen 333 to claim what heaven is restoring. Beloved, this exposure is not meant to scare you but to awaken you. For too long, there have been movements happening behind your back that carried your identity. But God has spoken. You will no longer live blind to what is yours. You may notice sudden signs, letters, calls, conversations, or even dreams that confirm this revelation. Nothing comes by accident. Heaven is using earthly symbols to show you how deeply you are protected. Even in their plotting, they only wrote proof of your divine favor. Archangel Michael stands firm, holding back every attempt to drain your blessing. The fire of his sword cuts through hidden files, and your name is being purified like gold in the courts of heaven. Type Amen 444 to seal your inheritance. The energy of money is spiritual before it is physical. When your name was tied to their false account, it was not just wealth they were after. It was your destiny, your stability, your ability to rise. They thought controlling the flow meant controlling your future. But the shift has begun. The wires of heaven are transferring back what belongs to you. Where there was once blockage, there is overflow. Where there was theft, there is restoration. What was meant to reduce you will elevate you instead. Archangel Michael says, the very account they used against you will be the symbol of their downfall and your vindication. For heaven's records cannot be forged. Type Amen 555 to receive this reversal. Prepare, because your restoration will not happen quietly. It will be seen, and it will be undeniable. The same people who thought they could strip you will watch as you are lifted in plain sight. This is the time of reckoning. Every hidden plan, every false document, every unauthorized transfer is crumbling before the throne of justice. Your name, cleansed and restored, is shining again with divine approval. The account under your name is no longer their weapon, it is your testimony. It shows that even in darkness, heaven never let you go. Type Amen 666 and step into the overflow. Archangel Michael says, the account that carries your name has been watched by heaven, and now every hidden transfer is being uncovered. What they moved in silence is being redirected by divine command. No longer will your blessing flow in the wrong direction. It is returning to you multiplied. The suspense of this revelation carries power, because the enemy never expected you to find out. They wrote your name on ledgers you never signed, and they moved wealth across wires that were never yours to approve. Still, the hand of heaven recorded every action, every false agreement, every unauthorized use of your identity. And now those records are opening. They show your name shining brighter than the lies written against it. Heaven is declaring before earth and spirit alike, nothing can remove what belongs to you. Type Amen 333 to anchor this truth in your spirit. Beloved, your life is shifting even as this message finds you. The very account they opened against you is becoming evidence of your chosen path. The angels are standing over every number, every digit, and every false entry, ensuring that restoration is complete. Do not think this is small. What has been exposed is greater than just money. It is a pattern of destiny being turned around. When the flow of resources moves back into your life, so too does the strength to build, to rise, and to fulfill what was promised over you. Archangel Michael whispers, they cannot silence what God has stamped. They cannot erase the mark of heaven from your name. Type Amen 444 to seal this divine reversal. The account is a mirror. It reflects every blessing they tried to hide, every opportunity they tried to keep away, every promise they hoped you would never see. But mirrors break under the weight of divine fire, and the reflection is now shattered. All the hidden transfers, whether wealth, relationships, or opportunities, are being redirected back to you. The angels are standing in the spiritual banks of heaven, stamping your true documents with holy approval. Every false paper is burning, every forged name is erased, and your true identity is rising in light. The delay is over. The restoration has begun. The flow that once leaked away is now a river of blessing breaking into your life. Type Amen 555 to step into the overflow. Prepare yourself, for what was whispered in secret will be shouted in the open. Those who plotted against you will not understand how quickly the tide has turned. They will watch the very account they created as a trap become the testimony of your rise. The heavens are moving for you now. Angelic scribes are correcting every false line, every misused detail, every stolen sum. You will see proof in days to come. A message, a sign, a moment that shows heaven's fingerprints all over your story. The account is not their victory. It is your restoration, your protection, your inheritance flowing in at last. Type Amen 666 and declare your portion is secured. Archangel Michael says, "Do not be afraid of what has been revealed. Your name has been carried into false accounts, but now the angels of heaven are pulling every hidden record into the light. The funds that moved without your permission are already being commanded back into your destiny." The weight of this truth is heavy because it is not just about money, it is about your identity. When others wrote your name in their ledgers, they thought they could steal not only wealth but also your recognition, your blessing, and your divine inheritance. Yet heaven never lost track of you. Every coin, every number, every transaction tied to your destiny has been marked with a seal that cannot be removed. Those who tried to use your name will see their plans collapse. They thought you would never know, but God Himself has decided to open the hidden files. What was meant to drain you is about to overflow back into your life. Type Amen 333 to receive this restoration. The transfers that have been moving in secret will now move in your favor. Imagine rivers of wealth being turned around, redirected by unseen hands, carried back into the place they were always meant to be, you. The angels are standing in the courts of heaven, stamping every correction and sealing every flow of blessing with your rightful name. Beloved, this is the moment of reversal. For too long, things were slipping away, blessings delayed, opportunities rerouted. But the delay was only the setup for the unveiling. Heaven wanted you to see clearly, to know beyond doubt, that you are chosen and cannot be erased from the divine ledger. Archangel Michael whispers, "They cannot hold what was never theirs." Every false account is collapsing, and every blessing tied to your name is being carried home. Type Amen 444 to anchor your inheritance. The secret accounts were never only about earthly banks. They were reflections of the spiritual attempts to chain you down, to hold back your increase, to silence your rise. But mirrors of deception cannot endure the fire of heaven. Every lie has cracked, every shadow has shattered, and now the truth bursts through like dawn breaking the night. All that was taken will return multiplied. Every hidden sum, every delayed opportunity, every blessing stolen in silence will come back with greater force than before. You will not only recover, you will overflow. For heaven has decreed restoration, and no hand of man can stop what God has already signed. Your name, beloved soul, shines brighter now than ever before. It cannot be smeared. It cannot be erased. It cannot be silenced. Type Amen 555 to claim this overflow. Prepare yourself, for what was secret will soon be visible. Documents will surface, conversations will arise, and signs will confirm what has been spoken here. Those who plotted in silence will be forced to watch in shock as the tide turns in your favor. The very account they meant for harm will be remembered as the sign of your victory. The ledgers they forged will testify against them, and the blessings they tried to keep will flow openly to you. Heaven is not only restoring you, it is lifting you, setting you above those who thought you would remain blind. Archangel Michael says, "This is your appointed time. Do not fear the exposure, for it is your vindication." Stand still and watch the reversal. Type Amen 666 and step into the promised restoration. Archangel Michael says, "The records that carry your name are no longer hidden in darkness. What was once written against you is being rewritten in your favor. Every transfer made in silence is now echoing back toward you with divine speed." The suspense of this revelation grows because it touches the very core of your life. Your name, your identity was placed into accounts you never signed for. In those shadows, they thought they could steal your inheritance and move blessings you didn't even know were yours. But heaven has been watching every step, every document, every secret movement. Nothing escapes the eyes of God. The angels kept detailed records even as earthly hands tried to erase you. And now, those same angels are delivering the truth directly to you. Your name has never been forgotten, and your blessing has never been lost. Type Amen 333 to align with this divine reversal. Beloved soul, the energy of these transfers carries weight far beyond money. Each transaction is a symbol of the blessings, opportunities, and breakthroughs meant for your life. They tried to shift them away, but heaven has commanded a reversal. Imagine streams of wealth and favor circling back, flowing into your hands as if pulled by unseen power. This is the season of restoration where what was lost is multiplied, and what was hidden is revealed. Nothing can hold back what has been divinely assigned to you. Archangel Michael whispers, "They wrote your name in lies, but God writes it now in light. No force can undo the signature of heaven." Type Amen 444 if you believe your name is sealed in divine truth. The account they used against you is collapsing even as this message unfolds. What was once their secret weapon has now become evidence in your favor. The angels of the Lord are stamping your name onto heavenly documents that no thief can erase. The reversal is happening in silence but will soon be seen in the open. A letter, a call, or an unexpected message will come forth as proof. When it arrives, it will not only confirm this revelation but also silence every doubt you carried in your heart. This is not only restoration, it is vindication. Your name will shine as testimony that heaven does not abandon its chosen ones. Type Amen 555 to confirm this breakthrough. The truth will shock those who thought they succeeded. They believed their deception would remain hidden forever, but nothing hidden can withstand the fire of heaven. Their ledgers will betray them, their signatures will expose them, and their silence will condemn them. What they meant to bury you has become your elevation. What they tried to take from you has become the very key to your overflow. The more they worked in secret, the greater the glory of your public restoration will be. Archangel Michael says, "The account that bears your name will no longer be used for lies. It will now declare your blessing." Type Amen 666 and walk into the season of restoration. Archangel Michael says, "The false account created under your name is no longer hidden in shadows. Heaven has opened the records, and every secret transfer tied to your destiny is now being summoned back into your hands." The suspense of this moment is overwhelming because it is not merely about money. It is about divine justice. For months, even years, forces worked quietly behind the curtain, moving resources that carried your name into places you could not reach. They believed you would never know, never see, never rise to reclaim what belonged to you. But now the truth cannot be silenced. The angels have struck the ledgers with light, and your name shines brighter than their forged documents. What was stolen has been marked for return, and the blessing that was rerouted is breaking free into your life. Type Amen 333 to seal this divine revelation. Beloved, understand this clearly. What was done in darkness was never stronger than the hand of God. They thought your inheritance could be delayed, but they did not know heaven's timing. The exposure of this false account is the beginning of your restoration season. Picture streams of wealth turning back toward you, rivers of opportunity circling around and flowing into your life. The very funds that carried your name in secrecy are now guided by angelic hands, redirected toward your purpose. No thief can block the current once heaven has commanded its release. Archangel Michael whispers, "They tried to write your name into loss, but I have written it again into victory." Type Amen 444 to anchor your portion. The account was a snare, a trap laid with precision. It was meant to strip you of stability, to drain what you did not yet see was yours. But instead of breaking you, it became the evidence of your calling. Heaven allowed it to surface now so you would know beyond doubt that you are chosen, covered, and unshakable. Every forged paper is now burning in the fire of truth. Every stolen transaction is returning in multiplied measure. The thieves are trembling because their secret is collapsing, and their hands can no longer hold what God has assigned to your destiny. Beloved soul, this reversal will not happen quietly. It will be undeniable, it will be shocking, and it will confirm that God never lost sight of you. Type Amen 555 to step into this overflow. Prepare yourself, for signs will begin to appear. You may hear your name mentioned in unexpected places, see sudden documents surface, or receive news that makes your heart tremble with confirmation. These will not be coincidences. They are heaven's way of showing you the truth. The hidden account that once carried your name will no longer be their weapon. It will be your testimony. Those who plotted against you will have no words, for the reversal will be too great to deny. The more they tried to bury your blessing, the louder your restoration will speak. Archangel Michael says, "This is the hour of exposure and return. What was shifted in silence is now flowing openly to you." Type Amen 666 and walk boldly